Wonderhussy here. Today I'm in beautiful Utah, headed up to gorgeous Zion National Park. There is so much unbelievable natural beauty in this part of the country. But my favorite thing in this area isn't inside Zion National Park. It's here in the town of Hurricane. It's the last big town you pass through before you get to Zion. It's spelled like hurricane, but I'm pretty sure they pronounce it Hurricane. It's also the closest big town to Colorado City, where all those polygamist fundamentalist Mormons live. You know, those guys with all the sister wives? It's also home to the only Wal Mart in probably like a 500-mile radius. So this is where all the sister wives come to do their grocery shopping. Last time I came here, I was with my mom on our way to Zion Park, and this was her favorite part of the entire trip. Now that was 8 years ago, so things might have changed since then. Let's go inside and find out. Okay, now one thing you'll notice at this Walmart is everything comes in these giant friggin' sizes because you have to have enough to feed 50 kids, 7 wives, a husband, and 3 dogs. But here's the best stuff. This is where all the powdered food is for your doomsday bunker. Like all good Mormon families are supposed to keep something like a 2-year supply of food on hand at all times for the apocalypse. So this Walmart has a really good selection of powdered stuff. I mean, look at this. Powdered chopped onions, powdered tomato powder, powdered milk, and everybody knows about that. How about powdered honey, powdered peanut powder. Oh, powdered eggs. How about that? Whole eggs or scrambled. Butter powder, cheese powder, spiffy whip. Look, here's whole kits. 72-hour emergency food supply. 34 total servings of delicious breakfast, lunch, dinner entrees, and drinks. Family dinner pack. 6 cans. Yeah, that's for a family of 50. And then look at these tubs. It's a whole tub of freeze-dried fruit. Here's a whole tub of white sugar. Very important to have. Wow, there's even seeds, so you can start your own garden and feed your own family after everybody else dies. Here's their books. Bibles of every kind. Okay, here's where you can get all your LDS, which by the way, that means Mormon. It stands for Latter-day Saint. This is where you can get all your gifts. Patriotic congratulations card, wedding cards, or sealing as they call it. Special cards for young women. Choose the right, that's a big thing with them. They make these rings. Choose the right rings that you wear on your fingers so that every time you look down at it, it reminds you to choose the right. They call it CTR. Look, cards to send to your missionary, to your sister missionary. Oh, I forgot to check the mail today. It said no missionary ever. I guess they check it every day because it's their only lifeline to home. Because when you're on your mission, you're not allowed to talk or socialize with anyone. It's hardcore. I think you get to call your mom twice a year on Christmas and Mother's Day, and that's it. So letters are your only lifeline to your loved ones back home because you're typically on a mission in some other foreign country thousands of miles from everyone you know and love. Now listen, I don't mean to be offensive about Mormons. They're nice, tidy, industrious people. I grew up around a bunch of them, and I had a really good friend who's Mormon. His family is wonderful. I'm just fascinated by all their traditions, like with this mission thing. Like, man, they're like, you're 18 years old, you graduated school, they send you to a foreign country, you have to learn the language and go around and knock on people's doors and try to convert them. That's hardcore. And the whole time you're on your mission, you're not allowed to talk to your family. Okay, I think you're partnered up with another person, and the two of you are supposed to kind of keep an eye on each other. I think even when you go to the bathroom, your partner is supposed to listen in at the door to make sure you're not doing anything funny in the bathroom. Like, you literally, your life is not your own. It's intense. This place is a trip, but I haven't seen any sister wives anywhere around the store. Dang it, I didn't see any sister wives this time. I mean, when my mom and I came here, granted that was 8 years ago, but there was women, you know, like those women you see on TV, those polygamist wives with the long, like, prairie dress with the puffy sleeves and that puffy hairdo where they puff their bangs up. I mean, we saw these women in the store doing their shopping, and it was so interesting. Like, just a glimpse into a really weird way of life. Well, it is Sunday today, so now that I think about it, that's probably why there's no sister wives in there. They're all at church. Well, since we didn't see any sister wives at Walmart, I guess that means we should go directly to the source. That's right, Colorado City. This is the city where the fundamentalist families live. So if we're gonna find any sister wives, it's gonna be right here on their home turf. Okay, lucky for me, I got my sister to drive me around this really kind of creepy fundamentalist town. And when I say creepy, I don't really mean it in a disparaging way. It's just, there's something really unsettling about this place. I don't know, I guess a lot of these polygamous families are really happy, you know, the way they are. A lot of these sister wives like having sister wives and prefer sharing their husbands. So, hey, I'm not knocking that. It's their way of life. More power to him. I think the problem that a lot of people have with him is a lot of times there's just one guy with like 5 wives and 40 kids and he can't afford to feed them all. So then they go and get food stamps and it puts a drain on the local welfare authority. Oh, and also this guy Warren Jeffs was the leader of the fundamentalist Latter-day Saints community in this town, and I guess he was known for taking brides as young as, I don't know, 13 or something. You can look it up online. It was crazy. He was busted back in 2006 for, well, basically pimping out young girls. So there is a creepy side to this town. Well, I don't know if you guys just saw that giant house, but the houses out here would have to be pretty big because, you know, you got 5 wives and 40 kids. You need bedrooms to house them all. You know what I mean? Man, I didn't realize how beautiful this town was. If you look at the backdrop there, that's basically like the canyon lands or canyon country of Utah. Oh, look over there. There's another like creepy, there's all these like creepy giant abandoned houses out here. It's so weird. Like, was that some polygamist house and then he just got busted up by the feds and left it, or what? Oh wow, maybe it's not abandoned. It's just not finished being built yet, but oh man, look how big that house is. You could house quite a number of wives and children in that. Okay, here's the cemetery. I guess it's, I mean, this town was established in 1985, but prior to that, it was a town. It was just called Short Creek. They changed the name after after the Arizona governor came in and busted up all the polygamist families for abusing the welfare system. So maybe there's some pioneer graves from the Short Creek days. None of these look like pioneer graves. These all look like fresh graves. See how there's like mounds of dirt? Like these people were freshly buried. Why are there so many fresh graves here? Did a bunch of people just die? It's almost like they just had an epidemic or something here. It's creepy. Okay, so there is this monument in the middle of the cemetery, and it has this really interesting sign here. I'm gonna freeze on it, so if you wanna read the whole thing, be my guest, you can pause the video, but basically it just talks about the fundamentalist church has repeatedly defended religious freedom guaranteed by the First Amendment. Persecution of its members for their religious beliefs and practices was evident in state and federal raids in 1935, 44, and 53. In the 1953 raid, the mothers and young children were evacuated en masse. Kind of weird. I don't know, it's one of those things, like anything, nothing's black or white, it's all shades of gray. But look how beautiful the backdrop is. Another giant fenced-in compound. There were tons of houses and buildings in it. It's like they build a bunch of separate houses. I think I've seen on TV where like each wife sometimes has her own separate house or separate bedroom at least. They try to keep them like, give them their own privacy as much as they can. And this guy, he's all fenced off, but he only has one house built so far. He must be working on it. Maybe he only has one wife so far. Look at this one. Oh, there was a lady in front of that house, but she wasn't wearing that outfit. I'm trying to find a sister wife in a puffy dress. Come on, there's got to be one in this town somewhere. Whoa, look at that giant place. Now that guy's got a few wives, you can tell. Okay, now we're coming down this little side street and we're gonna come up on this prime example of a polygamist compound, okay? It's a giant 2-story house with its own fenced-in basketball court and a stone wall around it to keep out prying eyes. I mean, that's the kind of spot where you want to raise your polygamist family right there. Except for the fact that there's no second floor patio or balcony there, so you would just fall right out the door. That's weird. Wow, look at this place. It looks like they're still working on it. Oh, look, it's a Zion over the door. I'm not sure you saw that. That's the Mormon name for utopia, or heaven, I guess. Look at this guy on the corner. He's got a big, looks like 3-story log cabin for all his wives. Look at this one. Here's another. This one's like 4 stories high. Holy cow. Man, I would love almost nothing in this world more than being able to poke around and explore an abandoned polygamist compound. Here's a more modest polygamist trailer. That must be for the one wife that fell out of favor. Oh, look at this one. They started building and never even finished. I wonder if a lot of stuff fell apart after Warren Jeff's arrest in '06. Maybe some of these houses were started back in those days, and when he got arrested, the community kind of fell into crisis mode and people left. I mean, because yeah, look at this one. Whoa, it's so creepy. Creepy abandoned polygamist house. Oh my God. Such an interesting little town. Such an interesting culture. I mean, we haven't seen any sister wives, and that's a bummer because that's the whole reason we came here, but they're probably all inside, you know, making dinner or whatever. They're busy. They don't have time to be wandering around outdoors in public. Really interesting. Anyways, if you're interested by stuff like this as well, and you happen to be going to Zion Park, stop by the Wal Mart. Maybe you'll get lucky. Just don't go on a Sunday. Oh my God, you guys. There is a sister wife. We finally found a sister wife. Look. She's standing outside this bathroom at a rest area. She was just talking on her cell phone. But look, that's what I was talking about. Those puffy sleeves. Look, here comes her sister wife mom. It's either her mom or her sister. Holy wow. I told you guys they're real. This is at a rest area, considerable way down the highway from Colorado City, but I'm glad we didn't give up. See, it just goes to show, if you try hard enough, you can make any of your dreams come true.